Hi folks, again, welcome back. Again, we did the little experiment where we took snow and we put it in a little plastic container here. And again, didn't cheat. This is really cold. This was sitting outside. It's about maybe 5 degrees right now. And we poured it in and it only lasted, just a few seconds, right? And it was into a liquid. What you can do if you don't want to do it out in the cold is just put a little water in a container like this in a beaker and pour the alcohol in there, and what you will see, because of the different densities, you will see the two different liquids for a while, and you just kind of swirl it around and then that goes away. So again, what it's doing is making the water into a ketone, making it something different so that so it can't ice up in your system. So again, part of this too is not only in your snow machine, because if you don't use it in your four-wheeler, in your car or whatever, you've got water in there and it's rusting. It's rusting things. If you've got a steel gas tank, it's rusting the gas tank. It'll rust the bottom of your carburetor bowl. Okay? So again, that's some of the other benefits. It doesn't matter how careful you are, you're going to have some water when you pour the gas in, fall off the jug. Maybe you're putting it in when it's snowing out. And again, something else that took me quite a while to realize is you fill your tank up full of gas, you're out with your buddies having a ball, the gas is being burned, well, something needs to take that space up in the gas tank. That's air. What does air have in it? Air has moisture. If that moisture is not like somehow moving through the system, which it really doesn't, what it's doing then is just keeps building up in the gas. And that's where that slush comes from. This is what takes it out. Okay? So again, the moisture in the air, that moisture can build up in your fuel system. So take care of it. Again, this is one of the products. There's several products out there that will do this. One of them I'm using recently, I don't have the bottle with me right now. It's called K100. Amazing stuff too. So again, the benefits, keeps the water out of your system, and it also bumps up your octane rating so that your engine runs even better. Okay? Here's what happens with when it gets too hot and your fuel pump plugged up and you're running a lean condition. In other words, you're not getting as much gasoline in the combustion chamber as you're supposed to. Look at how ugly this one is. Aluminum melts at about 1200 degrees, depending on the alloy, 1200, 1250 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? So what that's saying is that inside of the combustion chamber, it got hotter than that because there was not enough gasoline mixed with the air. That's what you get. Okay? So then it takes how many hours to take it apart. Hopefully you didn't mess up the cylinder, because a lot of times what'll happen, you notice part of this ring is gone. That ring broke and pinched between there, and now you got a great big scratch in your cylinder, and that's junk now too. So how do you keep that from happening? Right here you go. That's what keeps you from having a lean condition. Now again, you can have engine failure as well, like if you don't have oil, you don't put the oil in the reservoir. Your cousin's having a birthday party, right? And you want to go to the birthday party. So, you're low on gas. It's snowing out, snowing hard out. You open up the cap on the gas tank, you're pouring in the gas, there's snow getting inside your gas tank. Put the cap back on, you go to your cousin's birthday party, and about a week later, you're driving along and all of a sudden your engine just doesn't sound right. And you're scratching your head thinking, I wonder what's going on. Well, that ice and that snow that knocked off the jug, that blew in there because of the storm, the pieces of leaf that were stuck on your glove, that were wherever, are getting into the fuel tank. Those things, if you don't have a filter and all, can get caught in the fuel pump. And if it restricts the passageways in that fuel pump, what it's going to not do then, it's not going to deliver as much fuel to the carburetor as it's supposed to. So the gas in the carburetor bowl will keep getting less and less and less and less, and it's not going to be moving the gas up the main jet like it's supposed to. And what will happen then is your engine's going to run like better and better and better because it's leaning out. It's running more efficiently, but then it'll eventually get to the point where it gets too hot and it gets over 1200 degrees and it melts the piston. Here are some examples here of what overheating, again, a lean condition can cause. You'll notice on the top of this piston here, and this is a two-stroke snow machine piston, and the reason I can tell that is it's got 2 rings in the top. There are no oil rings below that. So I know that this is a 2-stroke piston. So what happened with this one is it got so hot, it got over 1200 degrees, and it melted it. You can see right here where it melted right here. Okay? And notice this dot, that dot in here, that indentation is toward the exhaust port. So that's where it's going to be the hottest. And you can see the way it melted it. So again, here are some examples of what happens with pistons when they get hotter than the melting point of the alloy of aluminum that this is.